responsibility because government of Azerbaijan, they have prosecuted hundreds of civil society activists, journalists, human rights defenders, and we call to release all 300 political prisoners, most of them staying under systematic tortures in Azerbaijani prisons. We call to international institutions, to UN Secretary General, to UN High Commissioner for Human Rights, act ahead COP29, use these opportunities to put pressure to İlham Əliyev. We want freedom for our colleagues. My colleagues today from Azerbaijan, they are not able to attend because hundreds of civil society activists under travel ban by fabricated cases against NGO and civil society activists. I myself, İlham Əliyev, deprived my citizenship. Today I'm not able to use my Azerbaijani nationality. I'm living like a ghost, like a stateless refugee in Switzerland. And today we're using our rights to be free, our rights of expressions and assembly and association in Germany, in front of UN institutions, but we're not able to raise our awareness in our own country. Since 2015, all freedom of assembly and association in Azerbaijan restricted by authoritarian ruler İlham Əliyev, which is occupying ruling floor illegally since 2003. Right after 10 years of dictatorship, his father, Heydar Aliyev. 31 years we are living under strong dictatorship in Azerbaijan. Imagine 31 years. We don't have any kind of peaceful chance for transition, democratic transition in our country. When we're speaking up in our own country, we are jailed. Our family members killed. This government killed my mother because they're not able to jail me in Azerbaijan. This government, they are not friends of the climate rights defenders. They don't care about climate rights at all. They are only care about oil and gas. For the last 30 years, my country received $300 billion investment from abroad and incomes from our oil and gas exports, and 75% of this money stolen by this corrupt regime. 75%, imagine, the family members of the current president, they are richest people in Azerbaijan, and today they are lying during the plenary. When people from the civil society and member states complain about the high accommodation prices in the Baku hotels, 5-star, 4-star hotels, they say, oh, this is private hotels. They are lying, all 5-star hotels, Marriott, Hilton, Sheraton, Four Seasons, all of them, shareholders of these companies, this is president. Airline companies, which is supposed to bring you to Azerbaijan, Silkway Airlines, this is honored by presidential daughters and family members. They receive benefits, they are close the borders during the COP presidency. Imagine, millions of Azerbaijani people since pandemic started, not able to travel to their own countries, they are not able to return. Because 2 million Azerbaijanis living like a slave, like in Russia, because they are cheap labor sources for Putin. And Azerbaijani government, president of Azerbaijan, still using fake COVID-19 excuses. We can't open the border. What's going on? It's Azerbaijan, it's only single state in the world which still until today close the border. You're supposed to host up to 100,000 participants for COP29. Why not open your borders for your own citizens? Why you're occupied 80% for all Azerbaijani economies? When I'm speaking inside and blame you, reasonably blame you regarding restriction for freedom of expression, freedom of assembly and association, you're saying you're only single person who don't like anything. One day you represent yourself environmental defenders. Second day you say you are journalists. Third day you say you're trade union activists. Yes, I am. I don't have any conflict of interest with all my professions. But you guys, when it's former vice president of the oil company, state oil company, or people who's responsible for energy and oil producing in Azerbaijan, they are still represented in the co-presidency team. And you blame us for we have a lot of roles. We have a lot of roles because most of my colleagues jailed in Azerbaijan. Most of them, you're able to jail them there. You can kill our family members. But one day, you will be responsible for everything what you do with our family members. We will bring you to justice, no matter in Azerbaijan. Today, we don't have any independent court system in Azerbaijan. When somebody is saying for 300 people, it's not huge numbers of political prisoners. We have more. In COP27 host country in Egypt, we have no existing civil society in the United Arab Emirates. But I want to remind you, even one political prisoner is too much to UN member states. All of them must be released. I call to all people who attend here as like observers or party stakeholders. Please don't give up about corrupt Azerbaijani government. This government use their own people as like slave. When somebody says with 300 people, they say we have 10 million political prisoners because Azerbaijan, it's like ghetto of a elite family. They're using us as like a slaves. They kill us when we ask them our fundamental rights. But I want to remind you, some of them, they are looking to us and laughing. I'm glad to see many Azerbaijanis here. You, all our brothers and sisters, you're not able to speak here, but I'm 100% believe in the deep part of your heart, you know who I'm right. You know who I'm right, because people in Azerbaijan living in the extreme poverty, it's only small percentage of the ruling elite receive benefits from oil and gas export. Our kids, our young, small girls, 10 years, 8 years old girls, today working on the farmer facilities. They are working there because their mothers and fathers supposed to live, work as like slave on the agricultural industry companies, which is established by the ruling family members. Today, again, we call to all international communities, help us release all political prisoners in Azerbaijan. Release all people who are arbitrarily detained in Azerbaijan because we don't have independent justice in Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan is #1 according to European Court for Human Rights records, countries which is champion on prosecution their own people. Imagine, no one will protect it. If you think, guys, people who are supposed to go to COP29, this is not our problem. It is your problem because you will be also part. You don't need to participate in the legitimization of this president. We call again, we will never give up. We have still 6 months. If we need, we will do such kind of protests every day until UNCCC office here in Bonn. Bonn Global Media Forum coming on 16, 17 and 18 June. We will be here to inform all journalists who are supposed to attend to Global Media Forum. We will go and tell the truth about bloody realities in Azerbaijan. And today, you will see why only a few people here, brave people who attend to this conference, why it's not many Azerbaijanis. Imagine 200,000 Azerbaijanis find them safe in Germany. 200 refugees who escaped from Aliyev family for the last 30 years. They are living here, but only 4 or 5 of us here, because not only for we are not disagreeing. All of them disagree because they escaped from Azerbaijan to Germany. But most of the family members of our friends and colleagues who are supposed to be here with us, they received life threats for their family members who live in Azerbaijan, and we call to UNCCC Secretariat and other responsible agencies to investigate this abusing of power of Azerbaijani law enforcement agencies. They are promises you all freedoms in the green zone, in blue zone. I don't know about blue zone, but I'm 100% sure they will not give us any opportunity to realize our freedom of expression, assembly and association in the green zone. First, imagine they give us announcement only today for only until 15th of June. All parties, like non-governmental parties, state parties who want to make any climate actions, human rights actions, any actions for the justice. If there's someone, no matter you are Azerbaijani oppositional activist, climate rights defender, or you are international climate rights defender, who want to raise awareness around this unjust and greenwashed world, you have to submit your letter of interest until 15th of June. Imagine only 1 week Azerbaijani government, they only announced it today. You have 1 week to announce your letter of the interest. And I've asked them questions today, which is they're not able to respond us. Most of us, we are refugee passport holders. We are environmental defenders. And my question is to Azerbaijani government, how I can go to Azerbaijan with this? It's free and safe. You're talking about you are able to organize meaningful and equal COP29. You are lying, you know this. But my question is, please, at least if you're not able to respond us for the next week. Make sure for each promises which is you are delivered during the plenary sessions, you're able to implement at least 1% of this. I'm finished here. If my colleague Abid Gafarov wants to add something, please. We finish in 5 minutes because most of us coming from different parts of the Germany and they have to leave. We will be here next week as well and happy